Now you guys see what I was talking about in my last video. What we have here is a custom built 24-inch slab saw. It's a hydraulic feed, 1 horsepower motor for the saw blade, 1/3 horsepower for the hydraulic motor. It has, last time it was used, it was cutting jasper from what I was told. It has not cut a rock in roughly 3 years, I believe. It's been set in storage. And this has been literally dropped on my lap, and I could not pass it up. So it's got some issues. We've got some electrical issues I need to get ironed out. Some hydraulic issues I want to get figured out. But compare this one to the 18-inch. This one is a monster. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get this thing unloaded, and I am just going to start studying it, going through it, taking my time, doing some cleanup on it. And here one of these days I might power up the motor. It does need a new belt, so if I power it up, it's not going to be under load, but that belt is pretty well shot, as you can see there. And we got this little motor down here for the hydraulic pump that's down there. We've got a hydraulic tank. We got some valves, a bunch of other stuff up the front on it. So this is all new to me, but I figured out the other one with never having a slab saw before, and I think I can figure out this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing unloaded, thanks to help with my neighbor Nathan, his trailer, and we're just going to get this thing wheeled in there. Here we go. It is installed. So as installed as something can get. Now let's do a size comparison. There's the 18-inch. There's a 24-inch. One of my bigger pieces of obsidian I just put up there just for giggles. So this is, again, hydraulic fed. So we have a long hydraulic ram here. And then the carriage itself rides on a square rail and a rectangular rail, rectangular tube. The lid is quite massive. I've got to do some work. It's kind of heavy, so I'm holding it up now with a 2x4. Yeah, I'm still learning off of what the deal is here. I know I've got a lot of scraping, a lot of cleaning to do on it, and a lot of figuring out. Don't know if this is exactly going to be its permanent resting place for it to be worked. I don't know. But it's where it's at for right now. It'll probably be a few months before I'm actually ready to start cutting rocks. And once it is tuned up and ready to start cutting, then those of you who have large rocks that need to get cut, and you are in the Western Oregon area, we can talk, and I can get you a per square inch price for cutting. I'm probably going to do a similar method as what Jason Hinkle does for his cutting. Probably a similar price too. I'm not here to get rich, I'm just here to reimburse for expenses. So it'll probably end up being cheaper than most rock shops. And it will probably take longer than most rock shops, since this is a part-time thing and I work a full-time job. Unlike the people who are running rock shops, that is their job. So, first thing is, clean up some of this mess, get it vacuumed out of here. The second thing is to start tracing wiring. That is the on-off switch for the auto feed. So I have to get that reworking. I have to trace the wiring down, the hydraulic lines down, and figure out how everything works. I am not going to fire it up anytime soon. It will be probably at least a few weeks before I even get to that point. I just want to take my time with it. I have a fully functioning saw right now that's here, ready to go at any time I need to fire it up. So I am not in the need for this big one right now. But when it gets fired up, we will be showing everybody what it can do, quality of work the quality of cuts it makes. And again, if you got some big, like Canyon's rim, or Canyon's view, whatever it is, Canyon's rim, up there at the polka dot, those thunder eggs up there, if you got some of those big thunder eggs that you want cut, we might be able to work something out so it can be done. So I'm going to go do some work on it, and then I will come back and show you some of the cleanup process. So again, thanks to Nathan. James, thank you. I cannot believe this. So really appreciate it, James. So there is a comparison. Here's my 10-inch. Here's my 18-inch. Now there's a 24-inch. So quite a bit difference. I'm getting the hydraulic ram figured out. I was able to get the carriage brought back and keep it back. So this way here, I can start the cleaning process of that. I've done some scraping a little bit. Been able to get the carriage to move left and right without a problem, nice and smooth. It doesn't go all back all the way, and that's because it needs some good cleaning. This beast, it's all about getting it cleaned up. Now, on the personal note, I can't do much right now because we do not have an operating washer and dryer in our home. Just the other day, it went on the fritz, so I have a new one on order, and it'll be here shortly. So I'm not going to work on this very much and have the horrible smell that this thing has got stuck to my clothes and not being able to get the smell out of it. So we're just going to take our time. Got to get a belt. There's a hydraulic pump down below I got to work on. Probably want new lines. I noticed that the sprayer here is broken. One side is missing. There should be a Y to come down on both sides of the blade. So when I get that cleaned up and I dive into it, I can see more of what's going on. But yeah, exciting times. Just like I did with this 18-inch that I got from my uncle, which used to be my grandfather's. I'll bring you guys along for some of the rebuild project. I'm learning. I have not dealt with a saw like this before. I'm excited. I will have some people I'm going to be reaching out to and asking for some advice and see what I can learn about this thing. I know it's a one-off saw. It's a custom build. I don't know if there's anything like it that's similar to it out here in the world. If there is, it could be stashed away in some barn not being used because the size of this thing is incredible. It is truly intimidating. Based on the construction, I can see where there could have easily been a foot taken off the length of this thing and probably 8 to 10 inches taken off the width off of some of today's modern saws and still being able to perform the function just well. So this thing is literally a beast. Strong frame, but the frame is still not strong enough. It's causing some of the casters on the other side, the two casters on the other side, to bend inward. So that's going to have to get reinforced so it will be able to track straight when I'm moving it around in here to clean and to maintain. I do know maintenance on this beast is going to be key. And again, I've got to learn how to do all that, which is fine. I can turn a wrench, I can troubleshoot, and I can read. So I hope. With those three things, anything is possible. So, there you go. Tell me what you guys think. Also, tell me in the comments below, do you think you'd be interested in having any very large rocks cut? If you do, we'll work on something for you guys. So, just remember, everyone's life is an adventure. Then there's mine, creating one heck of a big adventure here. 24-inch custom built slab saw. This is the Adventures of Jaws Jr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya!